Good morning, you guys. Welcome back to Linda's Pantry. So it's about 6 o'clock and I'm getting ready to make my sourdough bread. So this starter sat in a nice toasty oven with the light on. I just left the light on. It kept it warm enough in there that it could actually get as active as it could be. And so it's now Sunday morning. This has been proofing since Thursday. So it should be at its most active state. I've fed it every day, twice a day, and now we're going to go ahead and start our bread. I'm going to let this rise one time, and this is the way my mom did it. So if it's different from what you're seeing somewhere else, then don't worry about it. I've also got, I'm going to do a sourdough cracked wheat. So I have some cracked wheat here that I'm soaking in warm water, and that's going to be the water. And oh, it just, I love that chewy little nugget that you get when you do that. Anyway, so we're going to get started with our sourdough starter. I want to start off with 2 cups of the starter is what I need. So we're going to try to get this measured out as easy as possible. And I mean, this has been bubbling. It's just delicious. Or, well, I don't know. I don't know if it's delicious yet. I'm sure it is. This makes great pancakes. Oh my goodness. And I'm going to refeed this starter, obviously, because I want to make sure that I keep her going, right? And like I said in the last video, you know, my mom kept the starter up on top of the fridge. It really never went anywhere because we were constantly using it. So it was constantly being proofed and ready to go at any moment. If she wanted to make pancakes, she didn't have to think about it. Nowadays, you know, we have to kind of plan around our work schedules when we have time for this kind of stuff. So, anyway, life is hard. It's not as simple as it was back then, I don't think. Oh, it smells wonderful. You really got a lot of sour. That fermented smell is just what's going to give that bread such a great kick. So, I'm going to leave this for now. I can tell you, actually, I'm not going to leave this because this is like the first glue ever made, I think. It is beyond glue. And I'm not using yeast in this. I'm going to let this slow rise, just like I did it, slow proof. It is going to be wonderful. We need to get this in some water because, like I said, glue. Alright, sorry about that. And I'm going to set my starter aside. And I still want my buttermilk powder, so a couple tablespoons of buttermilk powder. About a half a tablespoon of salt. And I'm using part whole wheat and part bread flour. So I've got King Arthur's whole wheat flour. And I guess I could measure this. Should be about a cup of water to, yeah, a cup of water with the cracked wheat in there. We want all that. And I buy the cracked wheat in bulk. And what happens when you soak it, you know, it rehydrates. And then it's going to bake in that bread. And like I said, I don't know, if you've ever had cracked wheat sourdough bread, it's delicious. Anytime I see it, my mouth just kind of goes, you better have some of that. I also want my dough enhancer in here. And because of the whole wheat, I'm going to do 2 heaping tablespoons. Because the whole wheat flour, it's heavy, and so this helps it loft a little bit better. And we want this to rise and be beautiful like Noreen's was. Oh my goodness, that bread is gorgeous. And I'm going to add my flour. Let's see, it doesn't say what that is. I believe that's a half a cup at a time. And I'm going to start mixing. And I'm just going to add my flour slowly and about a half a cup at a time until I'm going to try to trust the machine today and wait until it really pulls away from the bowl, and then we'll knead it for about 7 minutes. Alright, I'll bring you back when I'm a little further. Okay, so I wanted to let you know I added 1 cup of the whole wheat flour, and now I'm at the stage where I'm only adding flour at about 1/4 of a cup at a time, so I don't get too heavy in there. And I'm just letting it do its thing. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it pulls away from the sides of the bowl and the bottom. And now we can go to the kneading stage. So I'm going to knead away for 7 minutes, and I'll bring you back when I get it out on the parchment. Okay. Okay, I believe we're done. And how I check, I don't believe that I've ever shown you this, but how I check to see if my bread is done in the kneading process, it's usually by feel, but if you really aren't sure if you've kneaded long enough, you can take a piece of your dough here. See if you can see me. Yeah. You don't need a very big piece. Take a piece of your dough and just start working it like you would pizza dough, because pizza dough is the same. If you haven't developed all the gluten in the dough and make it elastic, you should be able to stretch it to where you can see light through it, which I can. So I don't know that you guys can, but it's really thin, and it's not just pulling apart like that. So I believe that this one is done. And I needed it for longer. It took quite a bit of flour. I mean, I kept having to add just a little 1/4 cup at a time, and that's okay, because now we've got this beautiful cracked wheat sourdough. Come out of there. Should just roll right out, but no. There we go. And I think what I'm going to do with mine is I'm just going to do a big round. Oh, this is nice. I have to tell you, this is a beautiful dough. I'm so excited. I hope it comes out as beautiful as Noreen's did. I mean, that's got to be the prettiest loaf of bread I've ever seen, Noreen. Oh yeah. So we're just going to do a big sourdough round, and I'm going to let this rise. Hopefully this pan is big enough. I'll be checking on it throughout the day. If it isn't big enough, then I'm going to definitely come in here and change pans. Ooh, it's beautiful. I don't want the top to get all dried out, so I am going to put some olive oil on there. Just thinking that's too long to be, you know, without it being dry. So I'm just going to get some olive oil down. Maybe even on the bottom here. As I change my mind on everything. You know, that's a girl's prerogative though, right? We can change our mind as often as we want. This is hard not to play with this dough. Because it's really nice. I'll roll this into a nice round here. I had it, and now I've lost it. That's okay. Nice. Oh, I'm excited. So that is going to go into I just had my oven on warm. I've turned it off. That light will keep it warm all day. And I need to cover this lightly. And periodically during the day I will check on it and make sure that it isn't drying out. And this is a pretty light towel. This is my bread towel. So it should let it go ahead and rise as much as it wants. And I'll bring you over and show you where it's going to rest for the day. Okay, sorry for the movement. And there we go. She's going to take a nap. So this is exciting, you guys. I'll bring you back tonight or this afternoon, whenever it is that we're ready to go ahead and get this bread in the baker. And I've got my starter up there proofing. I fed it, and I'll feed it again tonight, and then we'll have a full quart of starter again. Okay, I'll be back. Hey you guys, I decided I'm going to bring you back for this last little bit here. I was going to wait until I bake this off, but you know, that's going to be all day, and I'd rather keep you coming along piece by piece. So I'm going to do part 2 of this bread making. I'm going to go ahead and upload this, and then part 3 will be the bake off and after it's risen. So anyway, I hope this inspires you guys to come along for the ride. Make some bread with us. This has been really, really fun to do, and I didn't start my starter, but I sure have had fun trying it different ways, and just got re-inspired to use it again. I hadn't used it in months, so here you go. I'm going to upload this. I hope it inspires you. I hope you watch, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. God bless.